Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being a viewer, for being a subscriber, and for giving me your time. And I do believe your time is the most valuable commodity you have. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time, and if you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. I have the fortune, the honor, the privilege of living the American dream. Now, while we are waiting for some sort of an outcome to the negotiations between House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and US Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, because the two are still talking, believe it or not, and we do expect to hear something. According to me, this could go either way, but in this video, I want to talk to you about what the future should look like for you, regardless of the outcome of the stimulus negotiations. I'm going to try and talk to you at a slightly higher level as opposed to just where's my stimulus, where's the unemployment benefits. And I want you to bear with me because I do believe I'll be able to give you some sort of a breakthrough or some sort of an aha moment. Fundamentally, all the other information that you're seeing on other channels on YouTube, and also, to be honest, from our elected officials, I don't think it's healthy for us. I think a lot of things that are out there are extremely toxic, because I believe that a lot of individuals who spread the toxicity, they fundamentally understand that they have to appeal to a base emotion, a primitive emotion, because fundamentally we as human beings, we tend to rally behind individuals who validate our own beliefs and who throw rocks at our enemies. That's just how we are wired as human beings. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just the way things are. For example, if you were a supporter of the president and all I did was kept praising the president, you would think, this is awesome. And then if you were not a supporter of the president, you would think that was terrible. And similarly, depending on your feelings for Vice President Joe Biden, you would feel a certain way. But I feel that is not the way forward for us as a country, for us as a people. You've heard me say this before. For me, it's not about the red or the blue. It's about the red, white, and blue. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm American. I'm American first. You are American first. So what I'm trying to say is this. Number one, don't get caught up by the hype that you see on other channels. Please don't get caught up by the hype from our elected officials, because that emotion, the primitive emotion of having to take sides, or of feeling angry, that is not a healthy emotion. That is fundamentally very toxic, and this is something that is honestly exploited by other individuals, and I don't want you to get taken in by that. I want all of us to be calm. I want all of us to take a deep breath, and then I want all of us to try and relax and try and be as objective as possible, because I believe that's when we make our best decisions. You'll make your best decision when you're relaxed, when you're calm, when you're able to think clearly. You will not be able to make your best decisions if you're angry, if you're frustrated, if you've lost your cool. So all I'm asking is that we be calm, we be collected, we be respectful of all sides. That is the first thing I'm asking. The second is, I do want us to take a good, hard look at how we handle money. Fundamentally, with money, there are three aspects. One is you got to make money. The second is you got to save money. And the third is you have to learn how to invest money. That's it. It's really as simple as that. Now, making money, we make money through a job, through a business. If you're watching this and you've lost your job permanently, my best advice to you would be to try and find a way to re-engineer your skills, find a way to learn new skills so that you can, if needed, switch careers. There are some companies that are actually prospering in this pandemic, that are growing exponentially in this pandemic, and you can, if you want, start a company, or if you want, you can work at one of those companies. I will be doing another video soon on the top 25 companies that have actually significantly grown, significantly expanded during this pandemic, believe it or not. So you need to be able to re-engineer your skills. Number two, you've got to be able to start saving money. Now, some of you will say, how can you save money when you have no money? You're absolutely right. You're 100% right. If you don't have any money, you first need to get money by finding a job where you can get the money, and then you need to be able to cover your basic expenses, because you can only save money when you're able to cover your basic expenses and then have some money left over. You cannot save money if you simply aren't able to cover your basic expenses. I get that. So basic expenses include, our utilities, gas, water, power, food, rent, those are our basic expenses. Once your basic expenses are covered, try to save money, try to live within your means, try not to overspend, and try to have enough money saved, and don't spend money on things that are discretionary. Find a way to save money and have at least 6 months in savings. That's what I did. I was able to build up my savings and then take some calculated risks in my business, at which point, after a long period, the businesses took off. So I want you to be able to have that same experience that I did. So again, step 1 is making money. Step 2 is saving money, and step 3 is investing money. Once you've saved enough money where you've got enough savings for the next 6 months or more, then you can start to invest money. Then you can start to say, okay, am I investing for the short term or for the long term? So regardless of what happens with the stimulus negotiations, the fact is we all need cash, we all need to be able to make money, we all need to be able to pay our bills, right? But investing money is a completely separate skill set. Now, there is a playlist on our channel called the Financial Freedom Series. So I definitely think you should check out that playlist, because I've done a lot of videos on how to invest money, but I'll go over the basics of investing really quickly here in this video with you. There's short-term investing, where you generally want your money back in less than a year. And there's long-term investing, where your time horizon is longer than a year. When you're investing money, the first question you need to ask yourself is, do I need this money in the short term, or can I invest it for the long term? In other words, are you willing to lock up that money? Because generally, if you invest in an asset like real estate, you need to be in it for the long term. But if you invest in, let's say, the stock market, you can essentially, for the most part, buy and sell whenever you want. So you've got to ask yourself, do I need this money in the short term? If the answer is yes, then you got to do something that is a little bit more liquid. But if you're willing to let the money get locked for the long term, then that's fine. Generally, business owners lock up their money for the long term. Amazon, in case you didn't know, lost money for many, many, many years before they started becoming profitable. And by the way, in case you're wondering, the number one company in the world that prospered and that sort of boomed in the pandemic was actually Amazon, a company that lost money for decades. So that is something that I want you to be aware of. That's number one. Number two, owning real estate, having rental properties that appreciate over time, where the rent tends to pay off the property, where the rent essentially covers all the maintenance associated with the property taxes. That's another way to build long-term wealth. That's what I do. I've lost money in my businesses for years before my businesses became profitable. I own single-family real estate. In fact, last night I was checking the value of some of my homes that I bought as recently as last year, and they've all gone up about 10% in value, because you need to be in something for the long term to get real long-term value. Plus, there are tax advantages to owning something for the long term. So always be clear about whether you want to invest for the short term or the long term. So again, these were general ideas. I will dig deeper into them. I'll talk about my stock investing strategies, my option strategies. I do options trading. I want you, however, to first figure out how to make money and then save money before you think about investing money. Asking, how do I invest $1,000 is the wrong question. The right question is, have I saved enough money for the next 6 months? And now at that point, I'm ready to start investing. Should it be short term or long term? Those are the right questions to ask. I hope you learned something new from this video. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. Please check out my video. I have the fortune, the honor, the privilege of living the American dream. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. Get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000. That's 70000. You'll get added to our SMS list. You can also get added to our email list. Go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts. Get added to our email list. This way, you can, you can get our emails, you can get SMS, you can opt out at any point in time that you want. I also want you to please bookmark youtube.com/ignitiontime. That's youtube.com/ignitiontime. This way, you can visit our homepage, you can watch our videos at any point in time. You're not dependent on YouTube notifications. Follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. We release exclusive content specifically for our Instagram followers and for our Instagram members. Also, follow us on Twitter, ignition_time. You can get breaking news and alerts from us on Twitter. Once again, my name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please enable notifications. That is your vote of confidence in us. Your vote of confidence in us, because we work very hard to bring you this information. It helps the YouTube algorithm, and it does help me personally. I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.